the talk show podcast station, bringing to you daily health and information, where daily health is viewed as an ever-changing reality. All information and resources are based on the opinions of the host unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. No information on this site should be used to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any disease or condition. Listeners are to make their own health decisions after consulting with their healthcare provider. This is your daily health. Good morning and welcome. You're listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. And this is your daily health, where daily health truly is an ever-changing reality. Things change so much, we learn so much, so things are never really going to just, stay the same. So, good morning once again and welcome. If you are new, thank you for taking the time to tune in. Thank you to all of my day ones, my supporters who have been there since day one. Today we will be talking about a couple of things. One is self-care when it comes to decluttering and how important it really is. I will touch today on the subject of miscarriage and what it could signal, as well as menopause, weight gain, and the lack of sleep and how those kind of work together there, and some of the issues we may face with that. So, diving right in this morning, the decluttering. Now, that can go as far as physical surroundings, mental, and even emotional decluttering. We have so much going on, like too many emails, or too much junk mail, or we just haven't had the energy to clean up around us, or get rid of any negative thoughts or feelings or emotions we have that we've been hanging on to. All of that fits under self-help care, if you will. Cleaning up can, in a sense, de-stress, and it helps to gain or regain a sense of control, which, results in an improved state of mind. You're less likely to be frustrated because you can't find something. You're less likely to just become a hoarder or just let things stack up, dishes running all out of the sink, or even giving the dog a bath, or like I said before, clearing out your email. And we're living in some pretty overwhelming times, and it's all due to stress. So if we can alleviate stress in several areas of our lives, it will help our health tremendously. Just being in clutter and being around a bunch of mess can, make you really feel uncomfortable and overwhelmed and out of control. Not to mention it messes with your concentration as well as your focus. And that renewed sense of control over even just your environment can bring a lot of stability and balance. And it can be motivation. And we can all pretty much, use that. We get those times, especially when you're working and you're caring for children, you might get overwhelmed. Well, let's take one of those stressors away by decluttering. And that really helps. So that way you're not draining your cognitive resources. Yes, you can. It's been studied. And what was found was that living in a cluttered space has been associated with self-reports of reduced productivity and more chronic procrastination. And that's not healthy for anyone. Clutter reflects an overabundance of possessions that collectively create very chaotic and disorderly living spaces. So let's just try and do a bit of decluttering. It'll make us feel better from head to toe, inside and out, and that is what we're seeking. So let's try to declutter this week. Can we do that? I'm going to do my part. You guys let me know what decluttering does for you. If you're listening to this on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, and comment in the section below. Everyone else, if you're following me on social media like Twitter or Facebook or anywhere, please do go there and comment. Podcasts are available on most of your favorite podcast sites and apps, or wherever you get your podcasts. And you can comment and give feedback there as well. Now, moving along, because I know this affects a lot of women as well as their partners. Miscarriages. It's not an enjoyable thing, and it is very stressful, not to mention emotional. So basically, for those who have not had a miscarriage, you may be wondering, okay, so what is the deal with miscarriages? Well, there has been some increasing evidence that different reproductive events throughout a woman's life, including miscarriages, or can be associated with later risk of heart disease and premature mortality. They're not saying every woman that has had miscarriages is going to die early. It's just information for you to be aware of. Now, how often they occur is in about 1 in 4 pregnancies. So exactly what is a miscarriage? It is a spontaneous abortion. It's one of the most common adverse outcomes of pregnancy. And it has been estimated that as many as 26% of all pregnancies end in miscarriage, and up to 10% of clinically recognized pregnancies. So what is a clinically recognized pregnancy? Well, that means that the pregnancy has been seen by a doctor or a staff member at a clinic or a hospital under ultrasound, or that pregnancy tissue was identified after a pregnancy loss. Now, as women, we have to go above and beyond to take care of our bodies. Now, miscarriages sometimes just happen. The body can have different reasons. But in those cases, it's been thought that women who tend to have miscarriages, it may be due to some underlying problems. So it's just basically saying that we should all, as women, go get checked and seen on the regular, especially the yearly exam, ladies. I know. It's not an enjoyable thing, but it is a necessary thing for our health, as well as potentially an unborn baby. So let's go get checked, ladies, and stay on top of our health. That way we can live a longer, healthier life. Now, for more information, you can go anywhere online, or you can talk to your physician about the risks that you may have for miscarrying. Check with family members. Ladies, discuss this, because this is not something that even I have noticed that a lot of ladies don't really talk about miscarriages. Talk to the other ladies, the elders in your family, to even see if that's something that has happened in the past. Is it something that's kind of hereditary based on a certain condition? Just ask your elders questions. They don't mind answering. That way you know your health and your family's health, as well as the risks. So it's information and love all the way around. And I would like to say, for all those ladies who have experienced miscarriages, my thoughts and my heart goes out to you. And keep your head up, stay strong, and don't think that it's your fault, because it's not. It is something that happens. So do what you can do, and don't worry about the rest. Less stress on the body helps as well. Now, moving forward, Now, for my ladies out there who are experiencing menopause or are menopausal, this may interest you. Now, this is weight gain, menopause, and lack of sleep, and how that all goes together. Well, we know having or being menopausal has its own set of ups and downs, and that ranges from weight gain to hot flashes, mood swings, and everything in between. Well, healthcare facilities and doctors and lab techs, they've been doing a lot of different studies, and sleep, weight gain, it kind of all ties into each other when you have sleep issues and you are menopausal. It actually helps to increase your weight. Yes, missing sleep can definitely do that, ladies. And I know none of us want that. Now, just the fact of being in that zone that we call midlife, that itself can trigger sleep problems. And that includes the weight gain. Now, we don't want weight, so we tend to get frustrated by putting on pounds, especially when you feel that you've done pretty much all that, you've been doing for your healthcare regimen to maintain a healthy weight, and it seems like the pounds are still coming out of somewhere, anywhere, you just want to know where. Well, it happens. It's in the midst of that transition to menopause. Now, a lot of ladies experience menopause in different ways. Some ladies experience it early. Some it's due to a surgical menopause. It can be surgically induced when you've had to have had a hysterectomy. And, your doctors are kind of frustrated with this as well. So please believe me there. Your doctors are frustrated with it as well. But a new study was done, and it was done around March 20th of this year. And it pretty much, they found out that, this was the reason for the battle with the bulge. Some of us call it a muffin top, or, there's so many names that we give it. But turns out weight gain is a common complaint around the time of menopause. So it's really common. Doesn't mean we like it, but it is common, and it does, happen around the abdomen. Enough to earn it a nickname, because ladies, we do that now. So that becomes challenging, especially when we're trying to do crunches and sit-ups and everything, and it seems that it's not going anywhere, or it's not shrinking. It's just not happening the way you want it to. So if we can try to get a little bit more sleep, this could help as well. So how can we do that? Considering we're going through this whole shift in our body's composition, where menopause can affect, along with the hot flashes and the night sweats, that can kind of interfere with our sleep. And it's not just based on the drops in estrogen. That's not doing it alone, because the misconception is that it's the drop in estrogen. Well, that it doesn't just fully set and rest just on that. It's sleep. That's a big part of it, which can kind of be a problematic health risk when you're, gaining weight. And it tends to kind of settle around the abdomen, and we don't want it there. So continue to do what you've been trying to do, add a little more to it by getting more sleep. Because about half the women going through this menopause transition also complain of problems sleeping, which, I don't know about you, but for myself, I do have insomnia, and it can be a headache. And that can be, hard falling asleep, staying asleep, waking up in the middle, and you can't go back to sleep. Now, see, for that, I try meditation. So you can try meditation. So there's always something else you can try to counteract this. So even if you do a spa night, just adding and trying different little things to try to help with this. But that's the gist of it. Needing your normal sleep nights. Get as many hours of quality sleep as you can. If you have to keep it a little cooler in your bedroom, you can try that. Like I stated before, you can do spa night before bed. You can even change up what you're eating or drinking. Just keep you a little journal. That way you can remember what didn't work and you won't be starting completely over again. But keep you a little journal and see and discover what works for you. And if you guys have any tips that you would like to share with women around the world, please do share, give that feedback, and help another woman that might be going through this. You could even help me. If I'm helping everyone, great. But that's pretty much it. Try and get more sleep. Because that does help with the, keeping the weight down a little, more energy. So try and see what works good for you and let me know. Let me know, because we're trying to help everybody. And like I say, daily health is a ever-changing, seriously guys, reality. Everything can change in the next 2 hours. So if some information comes up that you guys have and would like to share, please do share. And thank you again for tuning in. Healthcare is very important. Self-help. We can't just depend on just the doctors. We have to do our part ourselves. So until next time, everybody have a great day and take care of yourself. And thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and follow on One Radio. I've been your host, Toni-Williams. You have been listening to Daily Health, brought to you by On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, where daily health is viewed as an ever-changing reality. For more, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, WordPress, as well as YouTube. The name over there is Toni on One. Podcasts are also available on your favorite podcast sites and apps. I am Toni Williams. Take care and